The stage was set, the final rose, the velvet ring box, the weight of franchise history, all resting on one man's shoulders.
And then he just broke the rules.
He stood on that beach and delivered a speech that was a promise, not a proposal, a total bombshell.
The Golden Bachelor just broke the rules. That's the headline everyone was talking about.
Welcome to Starscope Report.
Join us as we uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals.
From red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
And in this deep dive, we're going to show you the very specific, non-romantic reasons that made this finale completely predictable.
It all comes down to a devastating $1 million divorce settlement that was hanging over his head the entire time.
Let's get into it. The headline that really explains everything is the $1 million legal battle that sank the fairy tale.
So our lead is Mel Owens. He's 66, a retired NFL player, which is interesting enough. But, and this is the crucial part, he's now a practicing lawyer.
A lawyer? You're putting a professional contract negotiator on a show designed to rush him into a legally binding contract. I mean, what did they expect?
Exactly. Sources described him from the start as being, averse to making any sort of definitive statements. He wanted companionship, not another legal battle.
And he was already on shaky ground, right? There were those preseason controversies that were just shadowing him.
Oh, yeah. The first one was that really ageist comment he made. It sparked immediate outrage.
He said something like, if they're 60 or over, I'm cutting them. This isn't the Silver Bachelor.
He got absolutely grilled on air for that one, had to make this big public apology, so he was already on the defensive.
And the second thing, which was never really discussed on camera, was the age gap with his ex-wife.
Right. An almost 2-decade age gap, 19 years. And that lack of transparency, well, it came back to bite him.
But the real anchor to this whole story, the thing that explains everything, is the divorce.
It was messy, it dragged on for nearly 5 years, and was only finalized less than a year before the finale.
And here's the kicker. The court ordered him to pay his ex-wife, Fabiana Pimentel, nearly $1 million.
And we're not talking about past debt. As of late 2025, when the show was airing, he allegedly still owed $980,000 of that settlement.
Wow. So the interest clock is literally ticking while he's on these fantasy dates.
You see, so a man, a lawyer, still reeling from $1 million financial hit tied to marriage, is now being pressured into another one. It was never going to happen.
His reluctance wasn't romance, it was risk assessment, pure and simple.
He was playing defense to protect his assets.
It's damage control, not a fairy tale.
And that's not even the wildest part. Before the final rose, one frontrunner made this bold, self-respecting exit that got immediate applause from everyone watching.
Oh yeah. We'll tell you exactly what she said right after this.
Okay, so Mel's financial reality and his legal caution, it really came to a head during the fantasy suite dates, specifically with Cindy Cullers.
Right. Cindy, 60 years old, a retired biomedical engineer. She was a front runner, super sharp, and Mel was clearly captivated by her.
But you could see his hesitancy. It was frustrating her, and you could feel that tension building.
And it got worse when she started grilling him about his past marriage. Because he hadn't been upfront about that 19-year age gap.
She was basically testing him, trying to see if he'd finally be vulnerable and open.
And he failed. She pressed him about his intentions. She asked him flat out if he was going to propose.
And his answer was an unequivocal no. But it's the timeline he gave that was the real deal breaker.
Yeah, get this. He said, I don't have to propose when in my own head I go, you know what, in 2 years I probably would marry her.
2 years.
2 years. At 60 years old, that is not a small ask. That's a huge chunk of your remaining time.
And that's when Cindy just flipped the script on the entire show.
Her reaction was perfect. Just, I cannot believe what I'm listening to. She knew exactly what she wanted, and it was clarity, not hesitation.
Her self-elimination was so powerful, she just looked him in the eye and said, it's not what I want. You okay if I leave now?
I mean, wow. She took all the power back.
And her final confessional summed it all up. She said, I'm 60 years old, and I'm not interested in being put on hold. He is just not my person.
Viewers online immediately crowned her the real winner of the season. It was this huge moment of applause for her.
And you see the disconnect, right? Mel's perspective was that she quit on him.
But for her and for everyone watching, it was this bold act of self-respect.
Absolutely. If you're loving these Hollywood twists and the drama behind the cameras, make sure you're subscribed.
Because we've got the full breakdown of that promise ring controversy coming up next.
Yeah.
You are not going to believe the symbolism baked into the design.
So with Cindy gone, that left Peg Munson. She's the 62-year-old retired firefighter. She's the last finalist standing.
And Mel was apparently worried. She felt like she'd won by default, but she decided to stay. So, onto the final ceremony we go.
And this is it, the moment the rules get broken. On the beach, Mel does the whole final rose speech, but he completely dodges the proposal.
Instead, he presents a promise ring.
And his speech was so carefully worded. You could just hear the lawyer coming through.
Totally.
He says, I have a ring, and this represents our commitment to love, to give us time to figure out together what our future holds.
To give us time. It's an escape clause. It's an intention, not a binding contract.
He was doing things his way, fulfilling the visual of giving a ring, but with zero legal commitment.
And the ring itself, I mean, the details here are just fascinating. It was this custom Neil Lane couture ring, 3.5 carats, more than 30 diamonds.
So beautiful, but it's the design that tells the real story, right? Tell us about the 3 stones.
Okay, so a typical 3-stone ring is supposed to symbolize past, present, and future, unified journey.
Right.
But this one was different. It had 2 triangle-shaped diamonds on the sides of a central cushion-cut one.
And what was the symbolism there?
The jeweler explicitly designed those 2 side stones to represent Mel and Peg individually.
Whoa, wait.
Yes. It was a physical symbol of 2 separate lives coming together to date, not to merge. The ring literally embodied his speech, a commitment to love, to give us time.
That is incredible. He had a ring designed to symbolize separate financial futures.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And of course, the backlash hit hard, especially during the After the Final Rose special.
That's where Cindy came back and confronted him. She basically called him out for not being honest sumer.
And Mel's defense just blew up the entire premise of the show. He said, just like the saying, first comes love, then comes marriage, right? I don't go from here to getting married.
He admitted it. He basically said, I don't believe in the show I just starred in. He wanted love, but only on his 2-year debt-clearing timeline.
But Peg, his final choice, she defended him. They confirmed they're still a couple, they're in love, but still not engaged.
And her defense was pretty powerful.
It was. She said, one thing I can say about Mel, he doesn't have integrity. He is integrity. Let that sink in. She tried to reframe his refusal as honesty, not weakness.
The public reaction was not so forgiving. The backlash was instant and widespread.
Yeah, fans felt totally misled. The consensus was that he was just wasting the women's time, and everyone sided with Cindy, saying she was right to leave.
So in the end, Mel Owens, the miscast lawyer, he broke the franchise playbook. His real-world experience, that $1 million divorce, proved the one-size-fits-all proposal mandate just doesn't work for the golden generation's reality.
He gave them a reality check when they wanted a fairy tale.
And it leaves us with this one big, provocative thought.
Can reality TV ever truly accommodate the messy, expensive reality of mature adult commitment?
Or will the show's format always demand that fast-tracked fantasy, even if the real-world cost is $1 million?
Stay tuned and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. We're always diving deep into the stories that keep the stars shining.
You've been listening to Starscope Report, where we uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture.
Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.